Hey, very nice to see you. Now, the thing you just saw is the intro to a legendary song called Sultans Of Swing by the Straits. And this particular intro was lifted from the live DVD called Alchemy, where Mark Knopfler is including that very fast Chickin Pickin style lick. And this is what you will learn in this video. Let's check it out. Now, Mark Knopfler is really using an interesting flamenco style technique for the right hand, at least for the D minor chord in his riff. Now, he's just playing without a pick, and he's strumming down with his fingers. Not with any particular finger, but it's a down strum. And then he will drag his index finger and middle finger backwards through his strings to get that shuffled feel. It really feels weird to do in the beginning, but it really is a fun technique. And you don't will always get the feel right, but it's really cool. After that, he's landing on the strings and is doing an upstroke. It's like a down strum combined with a slap. Then after that, he's doing an upstroke. And then just down, up, and down. And the last strum is an upstroke as well. That's for one bar. And sometimes it helps for a rhythm to have some muted pop notes with the thumb, for example. You could play also the root note of a D minor chord, the D at the 5th string. Now for a second time around, he will do again this flamenco technique, and after that he will do something different. He will land on the strings, do a pop note with the thumb on the A string, and then this is just a double stop, it's 5/5 at the D and G string. And he will do this 3 times in a row. Then we are playing 7/7 at the D string and G string. And then after that do a slap. Then we go back to the D minor chord and do an upstroke. Again. Now a bar after that. We are playing with 5th fret of A string. When we are doing a little upstroke with a middle or ring finger. Then a downstroke. And then another upstroke. And then again the flamenco part. Then the last down strum. After that we are playing a little line, which is also in the original intro on the album. It's all D minor pentatonic. We're sliding from a 5th fret of a D string to a 7th fret. Roll our finger to the G string. Play the 7th fret, and then the 7th fret roll back to the D string. Then we are playing with 6th fret of B string, although you can't really hear this. which might be because he's plugging that and he's having not so much tension on the string. Then we are playing the root note, the D at the G string, giving that some slight vibrato. Then again the 7th fret at the G string. And for the next bar, a hammer on onto the 7th fret from the 5th fret of the D string. Then with the middle finger, the 5th fret of the B string, you can really hear this note. And then again, the D note at the G string with some slight vibrato. After that, you can either do a pop or a slap. Because then we are playing with our thumb, the D note of the G string. Then with our index finger, the 6th fret of the B string. And with our middle finger, we are playing the 5th fret of the E string. It's just a D minor triad, but play it relatively fast. Like that. Now after playing the triad, it gets really interesting. We are playing with our pinky, the 8th fret of the E string. I would suggest just picking that with the middle finger as well. And now a very cool chromatic line. We're starting out with our thumb at the right hand. And now the index finger plays the next note, which is also the 7th fret. Then the same pattern for the 6th fret and the same pattern for the 5th fret. Although we are playing the 5th fret 3 times in a row. Although we are playing the 5th fret of the E string 3 times. Then we are playing with our pinky, the 8th fret of the B string, 6th fret middle finger, then a little slap. Then 5th fret. Then if you want, you can do another slap. And then twice a bend up at the 7th fret G string on 1.5 steps. When he comes back down, gives that D note some slight vibrato. And then he goes to the verse. And I'll slowly play. This really doesn't sound too great. But really make sure you practice this with a metronome because it sounds very cool if you get it on your fingers. But it's probably very unusual to play the same note but with different fingers. But that's how you really get that Chickin Pickin. Now let's play the whole intro slowly. If you learned something in this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel down below. Also consider supporting me on Patreon for early access, downloadable tabs and more. I'd really like to see you there and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.